All right, so here's our stroke. Can also change how it appears with shading. So illuminated now, it's lit. Um, this doesn't actually affect how it renders in Arnold, but it can just make it a little nicer to look at. So this color 1 is the color at the base of the tube, and this other color is controlled in another spot. All right, so first growth option we have is branches. So let's see what we got here. We can say that there's branches at the beginning, so right when it's coming out of the ground. We can control the number of branches that appear. This max split depth kind of controls how where they start. To add more variation, we can kind of turn off specific branches. We can have them kind of split different times in the branching structure. We can, it's kind of fun, change this split angle. This is how the leaves twist as they split. You can also kind of, if we turn this back to 1, as they split, they just keep the same size, but you can have them kind of shrink or even get larger if you wanted. And then the bias is like where on the tree you're weighting the splits. You can also kind of prune any branches that are too small. That. And then middle branch gives you a different kind of aesthetic, different kind of tree structure. More like a pine tree kind of thing. Okay, so then there's also related to branches are twigs. So twigs, here, let's turn this back. Twigs are like little kind of spits that kind of come off in a regular interval off any kind of growth. So we can increase the number of twigs, we can control their length, their tip at their width at the beginning and end, if they start at the bottom or anywhere up. We can also control, how the angle changes towards the top, or like a palm kind of thing. And then the twist is kind of spirals around this plant here, which is kind of similar to what you see in an actual plant. The plant, as it grows, the plant kind of twists a little bit. Now, I'm showing the twigs with the branches because you can get different kind of branching structures depending on if you're using twigs or not, and if you want the twig to be before or after the branching begins. Right, see now the branches are coming off these twig leaves. Gives you a whole different kind of tree structure. Like I said, this is a little bit more like a pine tree kind of thing. Whereas this, the twigs are kind of happening after the branches. sprigs off the main branches. The best way to kind of play with all this is, like I said, you just turn everything off, and then you just look at one of these at a time and then see what that does for you. All right.